one is related toward the south. So the point of the center of gravity of fisheries has moved south. And what it means is that the big markets in Europe, in North America, and in Northeast Asia are being fed by essentially what is now the third world or the developing countries. 60–70% of the market in North America, that is mainly in the US and also in Canada, and of Japan, is covered by import from the tropical region and the southern hemisphere. It's about 70–80% in the EU. What it means is that industrial fisheries are not feeding the world. They are feeding these three big markets. So when we are talking about we must do something about feeding the world, who is we? Who, if it is in the West, in the big markets, it is relatively easy. All we have to do is rebuild the stocks that we have in the countries, in our countries, and continue, can I call it, grabbing the resource from outside. If it means if the we includes the whole world, then we have to export sustainability. I'm almost finished. Exporting sustainability is getting rid of subsidies. That is mandatory. That's the first thing that we should be able to do. And it is, as silly as it sounds, as nervy as it sounds, it is part of the solution. And the next thing, we have a solution also. We have to concentrate on small-scale fisheries. Because contrary to what much of what has been said here, it's not the industrial fisheries that feed the world. Both in developed and developing countries, the artisanal fisheries, the small-scale fisheries, feed far more people than the industrial fisheries, far more. And considering that FAO doesn't really, the database doesn't include data from small-scale fisheries, I can tell you in advance, next year you will learn that the catch of the world is actually much greater. The small-scale fisheries are missing. And therefore, an important solution for getting rid of expansion natives is actually enabling small-scale fisheries, providing access and largely exclusive access in a spirit that has been talked about, turfs and catch share to small-scale fisheries, who would also catch more if industrial fisheries were not competing against them. Reducing discards and waste, that is possible. Norway does it, but lots of countries are not followed up. Also, consuming small fish directly instead of reducing them and turning them for salmon would add about 25 million tons of fish directly to our table. We'll stop here because the rest we can discuss in a group. But the point is that we have talked 1.5 days about we have to do this and we have to do that. Implicitly, lots of the we has been the industrialized country and the industrialized fisheries. And this we cannot be sustainable because it relies on fisheries that have expanded in developing countries and that grab resources from developing countries. And that is not sustainable. Thank you.